Dude, I am exhausted as a damn man, to say the least, everyone. What's going on? Records Anonymous Lucas AEW Dynamite April 2nd, 2025 review. Man, oh man, I had a lot of crap to do today. Had a lot of crap to do outside. It's actually pretty nice outside, don't get me wrong. It's going to high of 72 degrees. It's almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. On the East Coast, obviously. And dude, I'm exhausted as a freaking, like, a pickle, to say the least. I'm not a good comparison to do there. We're back to another episode of the podcast, AEW Dynamite April 2nd, 2025 review. And by the way, the Nolan Miss Lucas podcast. Remember I wanted to do that, we bring that back, obviously. When I'm in the new era of the podcast, and the 2.0 era, you'll know about that. Well, guess what? That's me returning. Episode number 1, the new era of the podcast, obviously. I'm not going to go back to, like, what was episode number 40. The latest one before I went out. I'll go right back to square one with that type of podcast. Episode number 1, Nolan Miss Lucas. That'll be coming out this Saturday, I believe, I think it's Saturday. I'm going to record bits and pieces of it in between, because I have a lot of crap to do over the weekend and everything. It's going to be every Saturday. Every Saturday from now on. And there you go. And every Saturday from now on. I got AEW Dynasty that's coming Sunday. Review obviously next day on Saturday, obviously. And there you go. There's your update in the podcast for sure. How's your Dynamite review this week? Very, very okay show. Not go-home edition of AEW Dynasty worthy. That's for freaking sure. If that's the case, this show freaking sucked, your perspective. My perspective is it's not the worst show, honestly, of the week, but it was boring. It was very freaking boring, to say at least, for a go-home show to a pay-per-view on Sunday. But I have one thing to say about you before I get into the introduction and everything. Swerve Strickland needs to 1,000%, not 100%, 1,000% need to win back the AEW World Championship from Jon Moxley and the Death Riders this Sunday on pay-per-view on AEW Dynasty. That'd be probably told by the freaking thumb the title of this podcast. Swerve Strickland 100%, at bare minimum, I want to go with these 1,000%, needs to win the AEW World Championship from Jon Moxley at Wrestle Dynasty. Any questions? No. The Death Riders bullshit needs to end right on Sunday, to say the least. The reign of terror the Death Riders are putting on, man. It needs to freaking be a big time no side that needs to be done with at Wrestle Dynasty this Sunday pay-per-view at Wrestle Dynasty in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Just what I want to share about that. Speaking of Swerve Strickland, let's get on your AEW Dynamite this week edition of the Dynamite introduction. Swerve Strickland Willow Nightingale, and the very amped up match is something I didn't really care for, honestly, going in, and I didn't really care for going out. People say this match is so damn good. I don't know what it was, man. I was watching it live last night. I didn't know you all see it in this match. I didn't know what you all saw in this match. It just wasn't it for me. Wasn't that it whatsoever, in all honesty. The Swerve Strickland Willow Nightingale defeat Jon Moxley and Mariana Shafir. A mixed tag team or a tornado match. Also, in the Owen Hart Cup Foundation Tournament bracket, the team announced. Let's I have the whole flash bracket right in front of me. On my other phone, I was sure on Instagram. The bracket's going to be all announced. I 1,000% before the women's side over the men's side. The men's side looks freaking boring as hell. But the women looks a lot more better on paper, though. Bigger stars on that in that match. Or tournament, you got, like, Mercedes. My girl Mercedes. You got, like, Jamie Hare. My pick to win the tournament. You got Athena. You got Thunder Rosa. You got Billy Starks. You got, like, who else you got in the tournament? You got Harley Cameron, I believe, is in that tournament. You got also a bunch of women at the top. I got the list right in front of me, in all honesty. We're going to get into that. I'm going to grade all actually the cups. I'm going to grade all the 2 cups and everything. That is a full-fledged one. The full-fledged one is all to one grade, obviously. Get into that. Let's go some Toni starting to defeating Penlope Ford. Also, Bobby Lashley refuses to let MJF into the Hurt Syndicate. Also, Big Bill and Bryan Keith defeat local competitors and will challenge the Hurt Syndicate for the AEW World Tag Team Championship at Wrestle Dynasty. Get into that. So, flip up my notes here. We're also discussing Ospreay and Kevin Knight defeat Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. And Brody King and Lance Over defeats Lance Archer and Cope. Cope! the former Adam Copeland defeats Claudio Castagnoli in the main event, and after the match, the Death Riders destroy everyone to end the show. You know, I'll say AEW Dynamite review, which maybe as always is this week's AEW Dynamite April 2nd, 2025 review. Starting with, you guessed it, Swerve Strickland and Willow Nightingale. They start the show by defeating AEW World Champion Jon Moxley and Mariana Shafir in a mixed tag team tornado match, and basically, I believe it was also, no disqualification because Willow Nightingale went through the table. Basically, a lot of tables in this match. I just wasn't impressed, man, with this match whatsoever. I don't know what it was. It just didn't impress me, man. Did not impress me. People were always like, oh, this is a great start to Dynamite. Wow, what Tony Khan's on fire already, man. I just wasn't interested to me. I love Swerve Strickland and Willow Nightingale. They're great. Those two are great. Jon Moxley can wrestle, and when he's wanted to wrestle, and obviously. But Mariana Shafir, I don't, she doesn't impress me, dude. She does not impress me whatsoever. This overall starts to the show. It's only grade a B-. You're giving this like A ranges and an A- range. Like, dude, what are you smoking? What are you seeing? I didn't see. What was so special about this mixed tornado tag team match? Man, I don't understand it. Did not understand whatsoever. B- is your grade. It was a solid match. It was not the greatest, though, and on paper at all whatsoever. B- is your grade. Moving on. So, the Owen Hart Cup Foundation Tournament bracket is now revealed. I got the bracket right in front of me on my other phone side of things. Let's start the males. Will Ospreay will go one-on-one with Kevin Knight. I obviously think Will Ospreay is going to win that. You also got Brody King versus Konosuke Takeshita. I'm going with Konosuke Takeshita to win that as well. And Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher. And the other side of the bracket, I'm going with Kyle Fletcher to win that. And Hangman Adam Page versus a wild card. Who that wild card will be? I don't know. Is it MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman? I can see it. But as you see, by the way, Kevin Knight is also replacing Jay White. Jay White was taken up by Death Riders in the storyline. I think he was actually hurt, actually, the report said, from Strong Step by Fightful Select. Apparently, Jay White is actually hurt. Whether it's legitimate or not, I don't know. I don't know for sure. I think Sean Step said something on Fightful Select. We'll find out later on if that's actually confirmed or not from AEW. That is your bracket. Hangman Page, and also a wild card in this match. I don't know who's made a wild card. I've watched be someone from New Japan Pro Wrestling you don't know about. Watch it be that. But to me, I think Hangman Page and Kyle Fletcher get advanced in this tournament. Unless the wild card is MJF, I can definitely see MJF win that against Hangman Page. I'm going to Konosuke Takeshita defeat Brody King in the other round, and also Will Ospreay defeating Kevin Knight. The men's side looks freaking boring as hell. The men's side looks boring as hell. I know you got Will Ospreay in this tournament. You got Hangman Adam Page. You got... Well, that's about it. Konosuke Takeshita like the third other star, unless you compare it to Kyle Fletcher. Like, dude, what is this, man? This is tournament, the men's side. It's so weird, dude. But the women's side looks a lot better. You got a mixture of big stars and good talent, and young talent in general. Let's start the first one. Jamie Hayter versus Billy Starks. I'm going to go with Jamie Hayter win that. I know Billy Starks, you obviously defeated Billy Starks on Collision like last Saturday. You don't know about that. Did a Collision review on it, nonetheless. But I think Jamie Hayter defeats Billy Starks again. I don't see why Billy Starks would be beating Jamie Hayter. You should not be doing that whatsoever, dude. Jamie Hayter needs to win this tournament. It's called Mercedes Moné, diehard fan myself, who's in this tournament nonetheless, is only in the tournament. But Jamie Hayter absolutely 1,000% needs to be the women's Owen Hart Cup tournament winner. Absolutely needs to be wanted to dethrone Toni Storm all in Texas, too. At least go to the Hall in Texas to potentially fight Toni Storm. So that's my pick. Already pick. We also got Thunder Rosa versus Chris Statlander. I see Chris Statlander win that. I'll probably the finals of her and Jamie Hayter. Because, again, the other side of the bracket, there's the left side of the bracket, and I'm going to the other side of the bracket in a minute. I'll get in Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter be the final, even though they're on the same bracket. But I'll get in my reason on this. Julia Hart, the next one. We'll be taking on my girl, the lovely, the reigning defending AEW TBS champion, Mercedes Moné. And that match will be taking place at Wrestle Dynasty, by the way. I think it's the first ever match on the Owen Hart Cup tournament this year. I believe it's the first one on the men's and women's side. Yeah, I'm very sure that's the case. And I'm going to go Mercedes to win that match. She's gonna at least go to the semifinals and then cancel her and Athena. We'll get into Athena in a minute. So Julia Hart, Mercedes, and they also Wrestle Dynasty going Mercedes win that. I guess on Harley Karen versus Athena's yard side, Brendan same bracket as Mercedes. My name is going Athena to win that match. Which brings me to my next point. Because I posted something on Twitter. About that. Mercedes, the semifinals will stand as this: Jamie Hayter versus Trish Stratus, my prediction. And also Athena versus my girl Mercedes Moné. I think Athena and Mercedes be the first match in the semifinals. So I hope it'll be that could be the case. And I'm going with a time limit draw. It'll automatically eliminate both Athena and Mercedes. Which means the winner between Chris Stratus and Jamie Hayter will be named the winner of the Owen Hart Cup tournament. That's what I see coming out of that. That's what I see, man. I see both Jamie Hayter and Will Ospreay win the Owen Hart Cup tournaments on the men's and women's side this year. Let me know about that. If you think you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below on YouTube or you on Spotify. Let me know in the comments below and then where you're looking to listen to your podcast and also on YouTube as well. But this is all great with B. I'm just looking for the women's side a lot more than the men's. The men's looks so boring. It looks completely boring. Other than Ospreay and Hangman and Page, maybe MJF is in this tournament, maybe in the wild card. So wait and find out with that, but I see Will Ospreay win that side as well. He's obviously, to me, he's win that tournament. B is your grade for the Owen Hart Cup Foundation tournament bracket winners and everything for predictions, obviously. Moving on. The reigning defending AEW Women's World Champion Toni Storm, who's going 1-1 to defend her championship at Megan Bayne this Sunday on Wrestle Dynasty, who was out during this match, or at least came out after the match. Toni Storm defeats Penlope Ford. Solid match, honestly. Nothing greatest, honestly, as well. I give it a B-. At least they had to stir off after this match with Megan Bayne and Toni Storm. I like that conversation a little bit. And also Mercedes, my name. I love Mercedes too much, I'm not sure too much. I think it'll be Toni Storm retain her championship this Sunday on pay-per-view against Megan Bayne. Because the match is obviously announced. I know you don't know about that. The match is already announced. And to me, Toni Storm is going to Megan Bayne her first L in AEW. Which is perfectly fine. As long as you build up Megan Bayne to be built up another beast after Wrestle Dynasty. You ultimately loses against Toni Storm. That's what I say. I would hope for Tony Khan to do that. He better be like a Wardlow situation, dude. Where he hit his big time momentum, found a big winner like MJF, and then all of a sudden he disappears. And never to be seen again is ultimately fail in AEW thanks to Tony Khan's crap booking. But B- your grades in Toni Storm, Penlope Ford. Moving on to another B-. Bobby Lashley refuses to let MJF into the Hurt Syndicate match with Jacob Freeman. Another B-, like I said. Solid segment, but do you actually believe MJF's really going to be joining the Hurt Syndicate? Because I know I freaking don't. Even MJF probably knows right now he's not joining the Hurt Syndicate. So what's the freaking point? Literally, man. I liked this segment last week with MJF and MVP a couple weeks ago as well. But this was just not it, bro. I don't know what it was, so I just didn't care for it. B- is your grade. Moving on, a Big Bill, speaking of the Hurt Syndicate. Big Bill and Bryan Keith defeat the local competitors. See my ness. What the flying hell are we doing, bro? Bryan Keith and Big Bill challenging the Hurt Syndicate at Wrestle Dynasty. Do you freaking care? Because I know I freaking don't. I love the Hurt Syndicate and Bobby Lashley, Shawn Benjamin, and MVP. But, dude, do you really freaking care? Don't lie to yourself. You think you freaking care to see the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, defend their champions against the Learning Tree and Bryan Keith and Big Bill. Oh, my God, man. Oh, my Lord. C- is your freaking grade. Moving on. That'll be probably my bathroom break, and I love the Hurt Syndicate. But, dude, do you expect me to care about see the Hurt Syndicate defend their championships against Big Bill and Bryan Keith? You got another thing coming, dude. You got another thing coming. C- your freaking grade. Moving on to Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight, who compete in the Wrestle Dynasty this Sunday. I guess he tried to win the first round of the men's Owen Hart Cup Foundation Tournament. They defeat Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. Another freaking C, but that's not a C minus. Another C range. This is a big fat freaking C. Oh my god, man. Can they coexist, brother? Lord, dude. What the hell are we doing? It's the same thing on Collision, too. We got Athena and Julia Hart. And Harley Cameron, it's even worse. Harley Cameron and girl Mercedes Moné, who just had a match together at Grand Slam Australia. So now they're teaming with each other. Not even what, a month and a half later on Collision. Oh my lord, man! I love Mercedes so much. You know how much I love her. I love everyone in that match. But maybe my minus Julia Hart a little bit. I love Mercedes, to death, and I love Athena, and I really like Harley Cameron a lot. Julia Hart's okay, but dude, do you care for that match on Collision? I saw it. There's a tape show, but if you expect me to cover Collision, you got another thing coming this week. Because it's already taped, another freaking result, so why should I even cover it? It's not live. So why should I cover it this week? You're not getting another Collision review back-to-back. I'm sorry, dude. C is your freaking Grayson Ospreay, Kevin Knight, and Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. Big fat C. Moving on to Brody King. Defeats Lance Archer, a B-, another B- on the show. And nobody the last to B-, it's not even the second to last B-. Oh my lord, bro. I like Brody King quite a bit. I like him quite a bit. He's very good at what he does. Lance Archer is also pretty good. But do you care, honestly? Do you care? Do you care? I'm asking, do you care? The answer is, no, I don't care. It's not about it's been built up to be this big, dominant singles wrestler. Brody King's always in the tag team division with Buddy Matthews. Wishing the best. Hope to see him back before All in Texas. Because that's your team, the Hounds of Hell, dethroning the Hurt Syndicate for tag team titles. If not, I mean, very disappointing, in all honesty, dude. But this match is always solid for what it was. B- is your grade, but still. Do you care? It's not even been built up to be this big, dominant, singles, badass heel. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm freaking saying. B- is your grade. Moving on to your main event. Cope. Mr. Cope! Oh, man. Classic meme, man. Cope, Mr. Cope man himself, Adam Copeland. The former Edge defeats Claudio Castagnoli and two former XW guys in the main event, and after the match, the Death Riders destroy everyone to end the show, including Swerve Strickland. By the way, Swerve Strickland, this backstage segment, I thought was the best thing on the show. It's not going to be great on here, but there's this conversation between Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. Where Hangman got shocked. He said, "You burned down my house." I know. He said, I'm sorry. I said, I know. He said, I know, basically. I said, Hangman goes, "You said what?" I'm like, oh boy. Do we see Hangman Page help Swerve Strickland on Sunday to win the championship? Because that's what should be happening. Swerve Strickland absolutely freaking needs to end Jon Moxley's reign of terror in AEW. Absolutely, he should be winning that championship on Sunday. I gotta stand all big time. Swerve Strickland, 100% at bare minimum, needs to end the Death Riders' reign of terror, dude. If you don't like it, I don't know what the hell to tell you. It needs to happen. You didn't do it with Cope, which I understand a bit, because I don't think Adam Cole needs a world championship in 2025. But Swerve Strickland, he better be the one that ends Jon Moxley's reign of terror. It better happen, dude. If not, I don't think we're going to be at the Death Riders for sure in AEW. I don't know when. We could be all in Texas against maybe Will Ospreay, but dude, Swerve's been the build up, be the face of the company almost. If not, he's number 1, or number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. You get the point. He's top 5 at bare minimum. I think he's even top 3. So him leading the charge against AEW for AEW and having even Hangman Page backing him up maybe be quite interesting in all honesty as well. And have this end the Jon Moxley reign of terror in AEW. Come on, Toni. You need to do the right thing. This Death Riders shit can't go on anymore, dude. Sorry for my curse. You get the point. This Death Riders BS needs to end on Sunday. It needs to end. It needs to freaking end, dude. It just has to. B- is your greatest in Cope and Claudio Castagnoli. You want you didn't care for you at this match. And it's main event, you're done. You go home and dish into Wrestle Dynasty. You think I care? I absolutely freaking do not care for this match. And I love Cope, Adam Copeland. I love Claudio Castagnoli. They're two great professional wrestlers. Even Edge in this stage in their career, still very good. But I just don't care, man. I don't care for the match. I do like the beatdown the Death Riders gave to Swerve Strickland after the match, though. I like that quite a bit. But it needs to end on Sunday. It needs to end on Sunday. The Death Riders BS happened in AEW. B- are great. As for your overall show, for this being it's already B-. As your overall show for AEW Dynamite April 2nd, 2025, it's no grade another B-. So worse than Raw this week and also NXT this week as well. And that is your review, man. That is your review for AEW Dynamite April 2nd, 2025. Thank y'all for watching. No, Mr. Lucas, AEW Dynamite April 2nd, 2025 review. Should be April 3rd, 2025 as well. I don't know if we have quite another upload on YouTube this week, or not this week, today being Thursday, obviously, because I had a lot to do today. That's why I know it's 5:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Syracuse, New York, the East Coast. And I'm kind of a lot late. I have a bit of a migraine, to say the least. I've had a migraine all freaking last couple of days, man. It's been brutal. It's been freaking brutal. I'm feeling a little bit better now, since I came home from my errands and everything. I'm still not 100%, obviously, though. I'm not 100% at all big time, to say the least. Until more content, no, Mr. Lucas, and maybe YouTube, maybe tomorrow, honestly, maybe tomorrow YouTube live video. Peace, love, and out. Take care. I love you all big time.